Hey everyone, Michael Hammond here for your marketing moment. We're already buzzing through the month of September. We're right in the throes of trade show season, of conferences, and I want to cover some of the biggest hurdles that companies face when they're sending people to trade shows and conferences. And if you really want to maximize your ROI, you need to avoid some of these common pitfalls that I see all the time. First one that I see is marketing and sales are not in sync. Sales thinks marketing should send out emails, do social posts, and their calendar should be full and they should have 40, 50, 60 meetings, and sales should just show up, go to the conference, attend all of the meetings, close all the deals, and life is great, and they get to go out to a few nice dinners, and isn't that great? It's not real world. So there needs to be a sync and a collaboration between marketing and sales. And the same is true with marketing thinking. They did those things. Why doesn't sales just book their own calendar? Doesn't work. The companies that have the best trade shows, the companies that put in the work, is they've put in the work prior to the conference. They're in collaboration with one another, sales and marketing. So marketing is coming up with the email campaigns so that they provide, cover for their sales team. They're getting the message out there. Sales knows what message that marketing is promoting and pushing. Marketing each week is reporting who are the people that interacted with the email, where are the warm leads. Sales can start following up with the warm leads because they're not going to call all 2,500 or 4,000 or 6,000 attendees. But if they had a very specific list of, hey, here's 20 or here's 40 people that you need to follow up. And if you started your campaign well in advance, 8 weeks, 7 weeks, 6 weeks, now you have some really good data of who's interested in your content, who's interacting. Sales and marketing are communicating on a weekly basis. Number two, and I see this all the time, companies are spending 15, 20, 40, 60, $100,000 on their booths and everything else. And what happens? Their team ghosts the booth. Man, that just breaks my heart when you walk through the exhibit hall and you just see people that aren't there. Maybe they partied a little bit too much the night before. Maybe they can't believe that they're the only one who got assigned to this show and they've got to do all the booth hours. A lot of it comes down to poor planning. And too many times companies go from one extreme to the other. And here's what I mean by that. They assign one person to do the show the entire 3 days. And it is hard for any one person to cover that booth 24/7 if you want them to interact, do some other meetings, go to a couple of the sessions, right? So you're setting that person up to fail if you just expect them to camp out at your booth the whole time. The same is true that it looks terrible when you're spending 20 or 30 or $50,000 and there's nobody at your booth. You need more than one person. You need to have a schedule. And what you will find is if you have a good schedule and say, hey, I need you at these hours at the booth, here's when Sue will take coverage, and here's when you will take coverage, then each person can still attend some of their other meetings. They can go into a session. They can grab a quick breakfast, and there's coverage, and you cover for one another. Somebody has to use the restroom, whatever. So it comes down to planning and not just thinking one person, I'm going to send Joe because Joe's really good with people. Well, if Joe's really good with people, he's probably not hanging on his booth the whole time, and your booth is ghosted. Don't waste the money sending somebody. The other thing that I see is a lot of times if you do send somebody, you send somebody who is not knowledgeable of the industry and all they know is a little bit of facts about your product. So all they try to do is talk about your product. That's not what people want. Talk about and find out what area of the business that they're in. What are some of the pains that they're experiencing? And more importantly, if you're going to bring up your product, tie it back to the value that it brings, not features and functions. So if you're going to have success in the throes of trade show season, it comes down to great planning and executing. Another one that just came to mind right now is don't wait for that conference to send you the attendee list. Because what happens, they typically send it to you 2 or 3 weeks before the conference. They don't most of the time send it with emails or with phone numbers. You have to have a service like a Seamless AI or something else to run it through and get all of those. And if you wait till 2 weeks before, most people's calendars are already full. Most people are not even going to see that email, or if they do, they've only saw one email from you, and you wonder why the emails and contacting list didn't work. Plan weeks, months in advance. Strategically and methodically coordinate with that with sales and with marketing. Who's responsible for this? Let's have a joint calendar. What are the meetings that you already have scheduled? You should know before you get to a conference whether you're going to have a successful conference or not. The companies that do it right, a number of our clients that do it right, they have 50, 60 meetings booked. And the last thing I'll leave you with is be present. Don't just be running from one meeting to the other and basically telling the person that you're sitting with the next meeting is more important. Be present, be intentional, and have a great conference season. I can't wait to see many of you. Next week, I'll be speaking at the Lone Vision Conference on AI. A few weeks after that, I'll be at MBA Annual in Denver. A few weeks after that, I'll be in Orlando with Cora. I can't wait to see so many of you. If we're connected online, but we haven't had a chance to meet in person, or if it's been years, stop, say hello. I'd love to get a picture with you. Maybe we can even shoot a quick video. But have safe travels, everyone. Maximize these conferences, and most importantly, focus on building genuine and authentic relationships. Have an amazingly blessed day.